In the name of love, I plan to share with you a little bit about the music effects. Are you ready? Okay. So, many of you might already know that culturally, Austria is one of the music meccas of the world. This little country has had over 1,000 composers, and many of them have set a significant mark in the music world. Just to name a few: Haydn, Mahler, Bruckner, Schoenberg, Berg. I happen to teach on the distinguished faculty of the Mozarteum, which was named after one of the most popular music composers in the world, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. From here, he happened to be living in Salzburg. He was born in Salzburg and lived there. He grew up there. And I'm proud to say that I'm very, very pleased to be part of that and learning Mozart even better. The true purpose of arts education is not necessarily to create more professional musicians or artists. It's to create more complete human beings who are critical thinkers, who have curious minds, and who can lead productive lives. Music study and appreciation affords one the opportunity and privilege of discovering how it plays an important role in the intellectual development of personalities, particularly if applied at an early age. At the same time, music tutorship can be effectively adapted to essential disciplines in their daily lives. So, in the spirit of music, let's begin to examine what music can do for you. We will start now with a video of an 11-year-old student of mine. She's no longer 11 now. She's beautiful now. Thank you. Well, music actually stimulates the brain. Playing and studying music supports multiple tasking. First of all, you have to look at your eyes. Your ears are also coordinated. Independent finger movement is going on. And at the same time, you're working your feet on the pedals and things like that. So there's a lot going on. Have you ever discovered yourself what kinds of things you simultaneously do when you drive or when you cook? Or if you're cleaning? Try it with a little infant. My godchild is here right now, and he's keeping me quite busy. Okay. It also motivates language skills. Being that music and that reading music scores is a language in itself, as you can see. One is exposed early on to music instructions of a composer and in a variety of ways, whether it be in notation, rhythm, word description, symbols for creating character in the music, etc. It also is an approach for teaming up with languages. As we continue on, it also sharpens our recognition. If you notice, one of the basics in music is that you have to learn rhythm. Now, I think we all have a little bit of rhythm in us, and I'm going to test it on you right now. So, you thought you were going to sit there and just listen. Oh no, you're going to work, okay? So, we're going to just try the first three. One group of you will say Pop-Tarts. I'll say part of that group. Now in the middle here, the next group is going to say, what is that? What does it say? Huh? Hot cocoa, that's right. Okay. It says, I can't read it myself. Okay, it will say hot cocoa, that would be this group. And this group is going to say scrambled eggs. Now, I will give you the beat, and we're going to start with this group with saying Pop Tarts. 1, 2, ready, go. Pop Tarts, Pop Tarts, Pop Tarts, Pop Tarts. And the next group? Cocoa, hot cocoa, hot cocoa, hot cocoa. Scrambled eggs, scrambled eggs, scrambled eggs, scrambled eggs. All right, thank you very much. Okay. This will give you an idea that I think many of you might be aspiring musicians someday. So we hope, okay? Okay. There are other things too, as far as concentration is concerned. As you know, because musical notation can provide a vast amount of instruction in a composition, one must be alert at all times to execute what was intended to happen in the music. So constant training in this area carries over and also into other disciplines. In a variety of ways, a teacher can creatively make challenging demands upon the student to stimulate him to continue to concentrate on a high level. Just look at this little music right here. It looks quite simple, but if you take even a closer look, you'll see that there are eyebrows going over some of the notes. There are little dots underneath or on top of other notes. You have a symbol that looks like this that's going in, which means that you're supposed to get softer. Another one where you're supposed to stay at a soft level. And then the word crescendo, which means that you're supposed to grow and get to that size, if you know what I mean. Okay. So, okay. Woo. Okay. Now, music happens to activate emotions. Yeah. Yes, says music stimulates a person in diverse ways. It can be used to motivate, to relax, to excite, to depress, or to inspire you. Just to mention a few, athletes use music for mind-setting purposes. Stores use music to keep you in their facility so you can shop a lot. Okay? And there was a time when music was regularly performed in homes. For example, after a dinner, then everyone would move into the living room area and they would hear live music. I'm proud to say that continues on to this particular day in some homes. So maybe you might catch on to the idea and do the same in your home. It's a wonderful way of socializing with friends. Now, we're going to listen to another student of mine perform, and what I would like for you to do is just to sit back, relax, perhaps even close your eyes, and allow the music to engulf you in some kind of way. And maybe after the presentation, we can get together and just talk about what happened to you while listening to this particular piece. Unfortunately, we can't hear the whole thing because time will just not allow, but we will continue on in spite of the fact. Music can also improve in the area of organizational skills. Music students often have lessons on a weekly basis and are expected to prepare several works for the next lesson. They are encouraged to use their time very well, and a keen teacher will instruct them how to use their time well. Now, my dad was probably one of my greatest critics. He wasn't a musician. He was a terrific sportsman who initially made his first career in the military. And once he retired from the military, he decided to go back to school. He wound up earning 3 degrees and then starting a second career as a dean at a local college in our hometown. So when I told him that I wanted to eventually teach, he gave me some good advice. He said, if you can turn chicken salad out of chicken crap, then you know that you're a very, very special teacher. So I'm proud to be able to share with you that I've experienced any number of times when I've had students go far beyond what anyone would have ever expected. So it is possible. Now, music also supports discipline and awareness. Now, multitasking is commonplace in piano lessons and also playing the piano. And a work ethic is developed through musical instructions. Students can learn to make good use of their time. They apply their skills also to other things as a result. At the same time, it is very, very important that creativity is also supported. And music has inspired people in diverse disciplines, sportsmen, painters, dancers, writers, to mention a few. Masterpieces have been created through the aid of music. And a colleague of mine made an observation while walking up and down the halls of our university. And he said as he passed by different rooms, he heard teachers singing, yelling, screaming at their students. But he said that when he would pass my studio, he heard hysterical laughter. And, this is because, I celebrate challenges with my students. And once we have met that challenge, we celebrate. Okay? Now, also, the music happens to train one's memory. Now, you're going to listen to another short clip of a student of mine who's going to play a virtuoso piece. Now, he's hot. I mean, seriously hot on that piano. I don't know if your eyes will be able to follow all the things that he's doing. I have a hard time doing it. But when you have moments like that, then you have to commit to memory work because you won't be able to read and play at the same time. So let's see if you can keep up with him. It continues on, as they say, wonderful piece. Music also fosters teamwork. Now, although there's only one person sitting at the piano, this person is doing all kinds of things, doing all kinds of multitasking, as I spoke earlier about. I mean, the hands are moving, the brain is working, the eye coordination, everything is being kept all under control through the brain. And so it also creates what is known as teamwork, and then of course then they transfer that on to other disciplines that they might happen to have when they're in school. I find that my students really work well in teams with others as well. It's also very, very important that, I find it very important that as a teacher, I need to be out there doing what I'm trying to instruct my students to do. And so I get out on stage too at times. Okay? So you're going to hear now a performance, well, a short clip of me also playing, because I want to prove that I can play the piano too a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Even His Royal Highness Prince Charles of Wales had a release of a new article that came out last week where he talks about how music was so important in his life and how he advocates that music instruction be continued in the school systems. So I'm glad to be in good company with royalty, if you know what I mean. Okay. In the end, I'm reminded of the lyrics of a song. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, then my living will not be in vain. I wish to thank you very much, and I hope that music will be a part of your lives in the future.